The Trojans will kick this away to start us off. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here.
First and 10.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. The game moves the ball to the 20-yard line. Both these teams told us they're eager to prove a point. Here we are mid-season. They both earned their spot in the rankings, but we expect tight competitive battle today.
Well, that's the beauty of these top 25 matchups in the middle of the year. A little bit of a better handle on who these teams are. Love the fact that we get these two teams on the field. May the better team win, and hopefully it's a close one all the way to the end.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Here we go, first third down of the game. Out of the gun now on third down. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
That's exactly what you want to see here from this offense. A big third down conversion. Offensive line did their job, giving a quarterback enough time. Great read, good execution, throws the ball accurately. And now you got some momentum going here on this opening drive.
First and 10 play coming up. Offense looking to throw the ball. The pass rush closing in. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete. Both teams settling in, looking to set the tone here, Kirk, in a game where there's a lot at stake for both teams coming in.
Yeah, both these teams realize this is a key game in the grand scheme of things. Late in a year like this, a winner may be able to look back at this as a game being the reason they finish strong and make a big push to those bowl games around New Year's. Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Offense facing a third and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Finds his target, and it's complete. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now.
You know, it's third down. As a quarterback, you're sitting there back in the pocket trying to find a matchup that you like. Pretty much everything taken away. I like his thought to get it to the running back because he's a talented, gifted player, but he just could not wiggle free to pick up the first down.
No fair catch. Looking to make a return here. Finally forced out of bounds, but a solid return that time. He hands it off from the gun. The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game. Held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at second and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
He escapes the pocket. Using his legs on the scramble. And that's seeing the toughness on display as he keeps the drive moving himself.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the tough environment for visitors. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Quick throw to the flat. It's a screen. And he busts loose right down the middle. It's a foot race. Touchdown, USC. He wins the foot race to the end zone. Kirk, you play quarterback. How about appreciating a receiver that runs his routes that precisely?
Chris, it's not just his route running. It's the chemistry between the quarterback and the receiver that really, I think, is unique. They put so much time into this in the offseason. By the time they get to Saturdays, you can close your eyes and make your throw. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Point after, up and good. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10.
Offense makes its way on the field, ready to start the drive. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Early movement there will cost the offense 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Here's the handoff. Look out, room to run here. They'll tackle him at the 17-yard line.
Well, those counter plays are tough on a defense. Defense has got to be gap sound. You get so caught up in the base concepts that the offense comes back with a counter play. If you're not sound with your gap integrity, you can give up a big play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Linebackers making some adjustments now. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Delivers quickly to the left side. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. He steps out at the 6. What a crucial takeaway.
Love to see defensive backs who are able to locate the football and break on the ball and be able to go up and make a clean interception. Great play here.
Can the offense convert that pick into points? They're set up first and goal. Runner takes the toss, runs to his left. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kirk.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
And the point after is good. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there.
Will take over. First and 10.
And the offense trots back onto the field here. On first and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking for his back. And the sophomore quarterback throws it behind the receiver.
This is one of the beauties of rushing 3 and dropping 8. Quarterback sits back there and has to find an open receiver. And you've got 8 men in coverage. The quarterback holds the ball and holds the ball and holds the ball. And eventually, even with just 3, eventually they get home and affect him.
Second and 10 after the incompletion. Let's see what they can create here now to avoid a 3rd and long. And he's back to throw again on second and 10. Pass ball is incomplete on the deep shot, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's check it out. Obviously, the defense will decline that penalty on the offense and take the result of that play. Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. What's the call going to be? The pass is intercepted. Short return tackle made at the 27. A crucial takeaway.
Well, that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
The offense starts with excellent field position. First down, looking to throw the ball. Makes a quick grab. The Trojans are looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Second down, we're going to throw it. Launching one to the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
That ball just seemed to sail on it. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
On third down, it's a handoff. You make the stop, but first down from the 13.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
And the Trojans will line up on 1st and 10. The shotgun handoff here. Going toward the end zone. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
He had the extra point, and the lead now 21-zip. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over.
First and 10.
And the offense makes its way onto the field, hoping for a successful drive. They'll run it from the gun. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Oh, here comes the reverse. And he runs out of bounds there to avoid the contact and take the loss.
Brings up 3rd down.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking deep down the left side. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. And the Trojans' offense is back out on the field. Play action here on first down. Deep shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, USC.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right.
Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. And the Trojans looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. But they tackle him after just a 2-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 8.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving his back anywhere to go, and to keep him short of the first down.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And he can't hold on right in his hands, and he dropped it.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big 4th down coming up.
Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. And the Trojans will line up to boot it away. Finally, the first punt of the game, hoping to pin them back deep. And the punt goes out of bounds. The officials now will mark the spot. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin from their own 11. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. He's past the marker and still going. They stop him at the 22, but that's important breathing room on this drive. There's a 1st and 10 play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Incomplete. That should have been caught. That's on the receiver.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass you got to have to come up with and make a catch.
The incompletion makes it 2nd and 10 from the 22. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. And this time it's complete. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up, to take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. And it's USC in front, Kirk, as we break for the quarter. They jumped out to an early lead in that opening period. Let's take a quick look at the stats so far. Crucial stage of the game as we begin the 2nd quarter. Is this one going to get out of hand? They bring the punter onto the field now.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And it's taken right around the 35. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. They finally get him, but he found a nice lane in that return, and that means good starting field position for this drive.
1st and 10.
And here comes the USC offense back on the field. They were forced to punt it last time. Now they're looking to respond and add to this lead. On 1st down, it's play action. Makes a quick catch. You bring him down, but not before gaining 1st down yardage to the 22.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Completion good for 1st down yardage for this offense. And he'll set up to throw. He lets it rip. And that one's picked off. What a play. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up his offense.
Well, for defensive backs, man, they salivate for opportunities like this. Some may only get 1 or 2 a year. He was not going to squander this chance.
Offense makes its way on the field to get the drive started.
Here we go, set.
And now the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. What a grab by the junior.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. That is broken up and incomplete.
Well, when you dial up man-to-man coverage, a lot of times you'll see that free safety back in center field. Here, because of so many receivers, he has to come up and play man coverage. Does a heck of a job of being in phase with the receiver and then getting his eyes up to knock that ball away. Nice play.
Diving grab. What a play by that receiver.
Chris, when that quarterback threw that football, I didn't think that play had much of a chance. How about the effort by this wide receiver to lay out and come up with that completion for positive yards?
The guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Quarterback drops back. And that's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
Incompletion sets up a 2nd down.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And the USC offense is back out on the field. This offense trying to bounce back in the last possession, ended in a pick. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Running play goes backwards, makes it 2nd down and 12 now. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. Touchdown, Trojans. Add 6 more points to the total.
That's what makes this guy so dangerous as a wide receiver. He can catch the ball underneath, shake and bake and go by you, or use his speed to get around you and make a big play like this for a touchdown.
Tech on the PHC again, and it's 28-0. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
Offense back out there trying to get something going. There's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss on the play.
Tell you, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarter.
Going for a big play downfield. It's picked off again, the fourth for this QB today.
They finally tackle him, but what a tremendous play. The pick and then that return.
Chris, I think I could hear him calling out blocks after that pick, or was it the defensive coordinator next door up here in the booth? Either way, they were looking to score after coming up with that interception. The offense, if they did anything right, it was keeping them out of the end zone.
And the Trojans' offense is back out on the field.
Okay, ready?
Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Caught quickly. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back.
Man, what a great effort by the tight end. Not only does he make the catch, but how about the effort there to break that tackle to pick up more yards?
And the Trojans looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal.
Set, ready?
He's looking to throw. He's running out of time here. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Boy, we're just here in this first half, and this defense is all over it. That's their second interception. Good job of pressuring the quarterback, making him uncomfortable, and forcing the ball into coverage.
Okay, so here comes the offense back on the field again.
Trick 9, B.
They're going to run it.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. The back's got it. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a 1st down.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. Here's that defense shifting again. Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down.
He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all in the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
And sack sets up 2nd down. Testing the right side here. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line here. They went with a run blitz. The offensive line sees it, picks it up, gives them enough room to pick up some solid yards.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Pressure is coming. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a 1st down. Stringing 1st downs together now. They've got it at the 48. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looking for the wideout. And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? Breaks into the open. And they'll finally bring him down after a huge return. The defense doesn't just get the takeaway. They set the offense up in great field position. So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. Oh, the reverse. And the receiver goes down for a loss. The defense all over that play.
Well, the backside rules for a defense against the run are to check for the cutback, the counter, or reverse. That time they stayed home and were in perfect position. Were able able to stop that reverse in its track.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. That now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. He finds the running back in the flat. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back.
And this defense is doing a really good job here. They're giving up some completions, but the important thing is they're making tackles and keeping this offense out of the end zone. Force them to be able to execute to get this touchdown.
Handing off on the draw play. Touchdown, Southern Cal. This offense really clicking.
Chris, we're only a few ticks from halftime, and doesn't it feel like this thing's already over? Just a first-half beatdown to be remembered. This is going to be a fun locker room at halftime.
And the extra point makes this a 35-zip game. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. And he'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line.
22, water.
Keeping it on the ground here. Powering through.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Set to kickoff.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16.
And the USC offense will take over. 1st and 10.
And here comes the USC offense back on the field.
Base 27, Jones.
And they'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards. They're on 1st and 10.
Now it's 2nd down here. He'll hand it off. They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
So the offense faces a 3rd and manageable here from the 25-yard line. And they pick up the first on the ground. Breaks loose at the 40. They make the tackle, but that's a great pickup on the ground.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down, know what you need to do, get the 1st down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
Music no. Music no. Here we go.
Toss play to the outside. Stopped right there at the line, no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Receiver in motion now. An inside give now from the shotgun. And they try them little, but stuck for no gain.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Here's an easy completion to the back out of the backfield. And they bring him down, but not before he reaches the 38. First down from there.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
Look at this offensive line paved the way for this back on this huge run. This is the way you come out to start the second half, working with a lead.
And the Trojans starting a new series here on 1st and 10. The pre-snap motion from the offense. And in first down, right back to the running game.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They bring him down, but the game sets up the offense 1st and goal from the 10.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back, he just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
And the Trojans line up with a 1st and goal. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. He's swarmed by the defense. See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Line for the end zone, running it right up the gut. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. Third down and goal. Crucial play coming up. They'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Touchdown, USC. This offense is still clicking.
Wait, Chris, 1, 2, 3. This is his 4th rushing touchdown in this game alone. This guy has a chance to not only be player of the game, maybe player of the week in the whole sport.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13.
Military's done.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Moves the ball to the 25. Good enough for a first down.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. And for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Brings up 2nd down.
And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. And let's see if a comeback is in store here as we start the 4th quarter. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter.
Set, ready.
We'll keep it on the ground with the counter play. Oh, he fought hard there, broke a tackle, but brought down short of the sticks. Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Running back grabs it on a screen. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
On the handout, they'll test the right side here. And they've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play.
Second down coming up.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 after that first down loss. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. That's a stop behind the line of scrimmage. They've got him for a 3-yard loss. And the punt team now on to kick it away.
Number 11 on to kick it away.
And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And the USC offense is back out on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Takes the handoff again. Gets the first and still running. Moves the ball to the 25. Good enough for a first down.
Chris, that's another good run for him. He's had such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Leaning on the run game here. He goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage.
But these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
They'll tackle him at the 27.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. First down, looking for more now. He's in the clear. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
And the Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Looks like the quarterback will just take a knee here. Second down after that previous play. There's the snap, and he just takes a knee. 7th play of the drive coming up, but it is 3rd down and long. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback will just take a knee. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. This is an impressive performance. They played a good football team here today, Kirk, but they just dragged them behind the woodshed and dominated from the start. This is going to catch people's attention.
Yeah, I think most people are going to be in awe when they look at the results of this game. Unbelievable job by this team dealing with the expectations, the pressure, and as you said, playing a good team. This was a big-time win and an opportunity to really continue to move up.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.